Forex, Forex, Forex. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you have heard the word Forex at least once in your life. But a lot of people don't really know what Forex looks like in terms of charts and different instruments used to trade Forex. So, if you'd like to learn more about what charts look like in Forex, then keep watching. What's up guys, Candice B here. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Welcome back to my subscribers and welcome to my new ones. Go ahead and actually subscribe if you're interested in Forex topics. Now, as you all can already see, today's video will be a little bit different because instead of me talking to the camera, I'm going to show you guys a POV of what Forex charts look like, and I'll go through maybe a few functions that I personally use. And if you're interested in these types of videos and would like me to make a video on how I actually analyze a Forex chart, then don't forget to like this video so that I know. Alright, so let's get into it. So with me, I like to use a website called TradingView to look at and analyze different charts when I'm doing Forex. So this is kind of what it looks like. This is the interface. I find that TradingView is super helpful because it has a bunch of things that you can use to provide you more understanding of what is happening in the market. You know, you can mark up things. So yeah, it's pretty convenient. Now, I'm not going to focus on TradingView, the website itself, because, you know, your girl ain't getting sponsored to mention them. But I'm just going to essentially show you what Forex looks like. So let's just take, I guess, this chart for example. So this is gold, XAU USD, and as you can see, it's a pretty colorful chart. Let me actually go out to the higher time frame. Yeah, so it's a bunch of kind of different colors on here. I personally set up my charts like this, where it's, you know, the black background and then red. These red candlesticks show that price is going lower, and the green ones show that price is moving up. So of course you can customize depending on, you know, the website or the instrument that you're using to analyze your charts. You know, make sure that you're able to customize it so that your eyes, it's more appealing to your eyes, because I found that you know, when the background was white, that I don't know, it was just kind of weird. It just didn't stick with me. My eyes did not like it, but so I changed it to dark. And even on my phone, when I use the MT4, the MetaTrader 4, the actual app to take trades, I set up my charts exactly like this, so it looks exactly the same. So when I mark up charts on here, you know, I mark up the charts the exact same way on my phone, just to kind of have both of those options. So let's just see how these look. So yeah, these are candlesticks, as you can see. This shows, you know, price, what it's doing, and it's pretty, I like it, it's pretty cool. There's different ways that you can view this. There's candlesticks, you can see maybe some people use bars, and then there's you can use lines. I could not imagine how anyone can use this, but yeah. So let's just go back to candlesticks. So with me, I like to use different functions to analyze my charts. So I don't use indicators, as you can see, and for those of you who don't know, I guess what indicators are, they're like things that, I guess, quote unquote, help your trading, you know, help you to confirm the direction of price. But the thing is, with indicators, they're pretty lagging, they're pretty, you know, they're not in real time, so they can be very, very incorrect, and they can steer you in the wrong direction. I feel like if you are wanting to be a true trader, that you should learn how to mark up charts yourself and not depend on an indicator that's, you know, man-made. Definitely not. There's too much risk involved, I feel, that, you know, it just wouldn't be beneficial. So I personally learned how to just trade naked and I'll actually leave a description below to a book called Naked Forex, which is a book on literally how to trade naked charts, and it's an amazing book. So I'll leave a link below if you want to purchase that book to see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, this little cross thingy that I have moving around, I guess it's just a function of the TradingView website, but either way, I like to use it because it kind of, as I scroll, as you can see, it shows me the dates at the bottom here, so it shows me where we are. And so with charts, of course, you're going to have different time frames that you can look at. So right now, I'm on the monthly time frame. So this shows me basically that every candlestick is 1 month. So even as I scroll, you see December 3rd, 2018, January 1st, 2019, February, etc. So this shows me, you know, this time frame shows me every single month is kind of deciphered through each candlestick. It's represented through each candlestick. So it kind of gives you a very big overall picture of, you know, what's going on. So, you know, you can scroll down. There's different time frames that you can use. So with Forex charts, you'll see that there's different time frames that you can use to kind of represent different times. So this is the weekly time frame. So instead of every candlestick showing a month, now that we're on the weekly time frame, each candlestick represents a week. So again, it's still a pretty big overview. You can kind of see the direction that this pair is going, which is gold. You can kind of see where it wants to go. So a lot of people who are, I guess, swing traders, you know, longer term traders, they would use these higher time frames in order to really understand the direction of the market, because as you can see, even here, you know, price is moving up. It's very bullish. So but this, as you can see, this started from August of 2018 and we're in October of 2019, so over a whole year this is information. So it's pretty cool how much information you can really see on Forex charts. Very important to be able to, you know, use different time frames in order to really get your analysis down packed. And again, this is not a video that's going into detailed analysis. I'm just kind of showing you the different functions of a chart that you can use for analysis. So again, let me know if you would like to actually see a video of me analyzing charts. Everyone analyzes charts very differently. So, you know, mine is a very subjective approach to how I like it. And so, yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind sharing how I mark up charts because, you know, you never know. Someone, you know, might understand it. And I know that with me, it took me quite a few mentors to figure out, you know, which style of trading I really liked and I could really kind of feed off of and make my own. So everyone's different. So let's go down to the daily time frame here. So now, and I'm just using this to kind of scroll up. So every time frame or every candlestick here represents 1 day. So as you should know, Forex is a market that's open Monday to Friday. I'm talking, I guess, Eastern time, and it's open 24 hours kind of between that time frame. So essentially on weekends it is not open. So right now, because it is a Saturday, today is Saturday, October 26th, you can see that nothing's moving. It says actually here market is closed, so nothing's moving right now. So again, the daily, I love trading the daily because as you can see, I kind of marked up my chart a little bit on the daily. As you can see, it shows quite a bit of structure, and that's the thing with Forex charts. A lot of people question, you know, okay, how can you be consistent with Forex? How can you, you know, make money long term with it? How can this be a career for you? Well, markets repeat, the Forex market repeats itself. You know, there's a lot of structure and patterns, and as you, you know, go into more chart time, as you see charts more and more and study charts more, and your chart time increases, your eyes will start to kind of see how patterns are forming. You kind of see the ebbs and the flows of the Forex market, and I don't know, I just find it so fascinating. I think it's so pretty how it moves, because you can see everything. So the thing is with Forex, price is either going up, going down, or it's moving sideways. So that's something that, you know, is very important to learn and to use the different time frames to kind of break down and see, okay, which time frame is doing what does that mean for the next time frame? Because again, we are looking for confluence, we're looking for things that will complement each other that will add to your bias that, you know, price is going to go up or down. And that's kind of how you get consistent in Forex, is that, you know, you're using patterns and structure to trade, and of course you're using risk management, so you're not kind of just putting a trade in and then just leaving it. You're making sure your risk is managed so that you don't blow your account, like I have done many times in the past. So moving forward, we're going to go down to the 4 hour, and as you can see, each candlestick represents 4 hours of time, and it's kind of cool because now you see more detail. So I feel like the 4 hour, once you get kind of down to the 4 hour, you're going to see more detail of what price is doing, and you can kind of, you know, get into more analysis of that. So it's pretty cool to see that. You know, you see these huge candles, and then you see the small candles. So let's go down again. Well, the thing is, I guess with TradingView, there's a bunch of different like ones, but I know that with MT4, they only have the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute. So this literally has like everything. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm just curious to see what. Oops. Oh, it won't let me go down. Never mind. I wanted to see what 30 seconds was, but I don't have a subscription with this website. I used to, but I don't anymore. But yeah, so let's go down to the 30-minute. Like, let's just see how much detail. Like, look at this. Like, look at all this detail. This is amazing to me. So you can really see every candle here on this chart is 30 minutes in time. So if you want to compare how, you know, a higher time frame like the daily chart moves compared to the 30-minute chart, you know, if you're on the 30-minute chart, you are seeing price move quite quickly. So if you're looking on, you know, the daily chart, you might notice, oh, price is not really moving too much. But really, if you go down to the smaller time frames, you see the work being put in. You see the market really working itself. So yeah, that's, you know, it's very interesting, and again, it's very important. I can't stress this enough. It's very important to use different time frames. With me personally, I will say that I like to use the higher time frames to trade because, again, it gives that overall bias. It helps you, and then I use maybe a lower time frame to clock my entry. So the lowest time frame I probably use is the 30-minute. I don't go down much less. Sometimes I'll check the 15-minute or the 5-minute when I really want that, you know, that sniper entry. But you know, more or less, more times I'm just using the 30-minute, and I feel like that's the best time for me. I personally wait until candles close in order to kind of get in and into the market, depending on the time. So that's one thing about me. So this, like I was kind of saying before, this kind of function, the square, this not square, this cross thing is kind of moving around, kind of helps to see what is what, shows you the time at the bottom there. This is Eastern Standard Time that it's in right now for this particular website. I know that usually the MT4, you'll see it's in GMT, Greenwich Meridian Time, but I personally am on Eastern Standard Time, so I like to see it like that. Kind of helps me. I don't have to count back on my fingers, okay, what time is this really? But yeah, so another kind of function I use when it comes to charts, I like to use these different little things. Okay, so trend lines. This is kind of what you see already. Trend lines, you know, they're things that you're supposed to be drawing them like diagonal. They're not supposed to be horizontal. There's a different function for that. But trend lines, you can use to kind of map out the trend, essentially. And, you know, I can change the color, whatever. I like yellow for trend lines. I don't know why, but yeah. So I like to use trend lines as well on my charts to help see where price rejects, and to kind of, you know, build those channels to see how price is moving in those channels, which kind of helps me for my entries, kind of helps me map out where price is going to go, hopefully, ideally, and then yeah, I map out my risk. So as you can see, this is an example that's already there. Look, my channel is drawn. Price broke out of this channel. So yeah, but it's the weekend, so we'll see what happens. But I had a really good gold trade this week, and I'm very proud of myself. But it's short-lived because, you know, back to the grind. I definitely will be analyzing charts this weekend. That's what I do usually on weekends. I mean, I do it probably every other day, but definitely on weekends, I will forecast. I will, you know, mark up my charts and really get an understanding of, you know, what's happening with a few pairs. So yeah, so that's pretty interesting. I'm just gonna show you different pairs that I have. So even here, you can see I can highlight this. I can type in anything. You know, I like this website because of all these functions. You literally can see stocks, you can see futures, you can see Forex, which is like currencies, CFDs, cryptos, indices, and then economy. So it has everything. It literally has everything. Like literally, okay, let's say for example, okay, I want to see the Nike chart. I love Nike. Let me go and see Nike. You literally can pull up the Nike stock and see everything. Like, this looks really weird. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Like you can actually see different charts on this website. But yeah, so there are so many different currencies and instruments that you can trade. My suggestion is to choose maybe one or two, especially if you're just starting out, and learn that and stick to it. Do not be kind of coerced or manipulated by other charts or, you know, what other people are trading. It does not matter. Focus on the ones that you feel comfortable with and really learn it. I'm just going to clear this chart because it looks ugly. But yeah, so I use trend lines to kind of mark out trades like that. Kind of see. I kind of use it to find where the bounces are and go from there. Another function I sometimes use, horizontal lines. These are to, you know, draw out, you know, people use it to draw out like their support and resistance. I don't personally trade support and resistance. I know that might sound weird to people who know what it is, but I like to use channels instead. I like to trade, you know, channels, but of course I like to know where zones are. So with me, it's like I will mark out that monthly kind of zone to see where the support or the resistance is, and then, you know, go from there. But you will not see me having this all over the place. Like, no ma'am, no sir. I hate this. Who can really like read this? Like, come on now, look at this. I mean, I love purple or fuchsia, but this is just too confusing to me. I used to trade like this, but not anymore. So yeah, those are kind of the two things I use. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Another thing I love to use, and by the way, we're on the USD JPY chart, US dollar versus Japanese yen on the monthly. Definitely important to be aware of what, you know, chart you're on, what time frame you are on. But I also like to use this kind of brush feature when I'm marking up charts, because I like to circle and look at that. Like, it's cool. You get to like see different things. Change the color. I can change the color. Like, you can pinpoint different places on, you know, your chart to do that. So that's a cool function. And yeah, so I use that sometimes. Sometimes I more so use this instead of lines, like horizontal lines, because the thing is with Forex, a lot of people think that, oh, okay, it's going to move down, it's going to move up, it's going to move down, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you have to understand that price does what it wants. So even if, you know, you have something mapped out, it might not, you know, show exactly how you want it to show. So price might hesitate, it might hover in certain areas, it might, you know, do whatever it wants. Like, it might not just, oh, it gets here and then it drops, oh, it gets here. Like, no, it's gonna do a bunch of other things in the meantime. So just something to keep in mind is that don't expect Forex charts to just move the way you want. They're gonna move the way they want, and you have to react to it. You have to, the best thing to do is to not try to predict what it wants to do. The best thing to do is, you know, do your forecasting, do your chart markups, but then just see what it's doing. Like, actually see what it's doing, and from there you kind of just have to be able to be flexible and change up what, you know, it's really doing. Change up like what, you know, the chart wants to do. What am I trying to say? Change up your analysis to match, or like, you know, be able to react, basically. So another thing I use when I'm marking up charts is the text function. this is cool because like you get to, this is something that you can't really do on MT4 on the phone or whatever, or even like on your laptop. On this site, you can actually put like, okay, this is, you know, this is where the daily resistance is or something like that. You know, you can use it to, in terms of visually, because I myself, I'm very visually aesthetic. I love seeing things visually. I'm a visual learner, so when I can kind of put in a text saying, okay, this is daily, like it literally, it maps out everything for me. So why am I gonna be confused if I know, okay, this is the daily, it said it right there. I'm gonna make sure that I keep an eye on what's going on here. So it's, you know, very important that you figure out how you like to mark up charts and you know what works well for you. And again, this is trial and error. Like this is, you know, how many years, 4 or 5 years in to seeing charts and really looking at them and really being able to figure out, okay, what's going on. And you know, every day, you know, you learn more. So the best thing to do is just to keep things simple. Use, you know, little tools. I don't know if there are other websites like this where you can actually pull up a chart and map it out, but you know, find whatever works for you and really just use it to your advantage. Make sure that, you know, you're checking and seeing, okay, what day it is, what time it is. That's very important. What the candlesticks are doing, because, you know, look at it, like it's doing different stuff. You can tell that, you know, on Fridays the candle does not move too much, but yet this is probably in the week they have more volatility. So man, Forex is just so interesting to me, and you know, I love it so much. I find it super intriguing, just the way things look. A lot of people might look at this and be like, what in the world is going on? I remember I showed my mom a chart one time and she's like, what is this? And I'm like, you don't know what's going on? She's like, no. So it's kind of cool to be able to actually learn how to you know, analyze a chart and what's going on and how a Forex chart looks and figure it out. Because you know what's interesting is that even with Forex, it's like this information you can actually translate into other things. So you can like even look at Ripple, which is a cryptocurrency, and because you know what candlesticks look like, you can kind of figure out how to analyze this chart and you know, go from there. So you know, the sky is the limit with Forex itself. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this quick video. I don't know how long it ran, but I just want to kind of give you a quick idea of what it looks like, what Forex charts look like. Just to kind of give you an idea, because a lot of people don't really know what it is, or they may see someone post a screenshot of a Forex chart on you know, Instagram or something, and they're just like, what in the world is this? So this is kind of what it is. These are just times and, you know, price moving versus time, and these are different, you know, there's different tools that you can use to kind of mark up charts to be able to figure out what's going on. And then, yeah, I think these are tutorials. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this type of content where I'm kind of showing my screen, let me know in the comment section below. Of course, subscribe to your girl. You know, I'm trying to make more friends. Subscribe, please. And definitely like this video if you enjoy what you saw. Definitely am going to start putting out more videos like this. I literally just learned how to screen record, so yeah. You don't have to see my ugly face all the time. But yeah, I'm just kidding. I know I'm cute. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day and life. Bye!